Here we go, the most dangerous stop on the road to Wrestlemania, as WWE like to call it. Of course, this Sunday is the WWE Elimination Chamber 2021. I'm hyped. I'm excited. First of all, I love pay-per-views with match stipulations that you're not going to see for the rest of the year. And we kind of know now with Hell in a Cell, Elimination Chamber, Royal Rumble, those kind of gimmicked pay-per-views, we know that that big match is not going to be duplicated. You're going to get 2 Elimination Chambers this year, but I think they're both going to be fun as hell. Of course, we got to mention the return, possibly, of The Fiend, which we will definitely get to in this video. There are timestamps provided in the description if you want to hear specific matches. Of course, if you are watching though, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new. I think at this moment, there are 4 announced matches. I do think we're going to get at least one more added on to the card, which we'll talk about again with predictions towards the end of the video. So, let's go straight to match 1. And we start with a match we're pretty confident's not going to happen. Of course, Lacey Evans announcing on Raw she's pregnant. Turns out to be true. So, she's not going to wrestle this match. But what I do think will happen is she will be replaced. I think Asuka needs a big win on pay-per-view. And I think she'll be replaced with Peyton Royce. Peyton Royce was her tag partner. They forgot about the story. They revisited it on Raw for a reason. And I think that's to have Lacey introduce Peyton as her opponent. Also, Charlotte's getting a lot of online support. If it's Charlotte, I think Charlotte could win. If it's Peyton, Asuka wins. A triple threat match for the United States Championship. It's Bobby Lashley versus Riddle versus Keith Lee. Wow. Okay. This match is going to be big. I'm telling you now, this match is going to be one of the good matches at Elimination Chamber. I don't know who's winning this. I think it's going to continue. I think Lashley's reign will continue. So I'm going to pick Lashley, but I really wouldn't mind seeing Keith Lee as United States Champion. I think that would be really fun for WWE to do. Now we have the SmackDown Elimination Chamber match. Of course, it will be Cesaro, Daniel Bryan, Kevin Owens, Jey Uso, King Corbin, and Sami Zayn. The winner of this match will face the Universal Champion Roman Reigns for the championship at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view itself. So obviously, I think when we look at this, we can guarantee a face should win this match. There's 3 faces, 3 heels. Kind of starts to become even then. I think if a heel won it, the only heel I'd want to see win is Jey Uso. And then to kind of prove his loyalty, he's just got to lay down or something. That could be quite an interesting sort of spot for WWE to do for sure. I definitely think the likelihood is Kevin Owens will win. I think Owens has been a thorn in Roman Reigns' side since he's moved to SmackDown. That will probably continue. I kind of don't want it to. I want something new. And I think for that reason, I could see Roman Reigns kind of paying off Sami, paying off King Corbin, and getting them to eliminate Kevin Owens early in the Elimination Chamber match. Meaning that someone else faces Roman. Now again, I still think that will be a face. I don't think it will be Jey Uso. I think it will be an interesting dynamic for sure. But the person I think will win is Cesaro. Cesaro's been receiving a monster push on SmackDown. Get him in a championship match. I don't think he's going to win that match, but put him in it and let him have his 5 minutes. That will be huge. And against Roman Reigns, it could be very, very fun. And I'm going to go with my prediction to win the Chamber then. Cesaro. But to win the match between him and Roman, I will pick Roman Reigns. The Raw Elimination Chamber WWE Championship match was supposed to contain The Miz. He vacated his spot. It is now filled by Kofi Kingston. So it will be Kofi versus Sheamus versus champion Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton, AJ Styles, and of course the charismatic enigma, Jeff Hardy. Now we know from this week's Raw that Sheamus has got the numbers advantage. He will enter the chamber last. I think that's a very interesting point to make. But I don't think Sheamus is winning this. The person I think is going to win the WWE Championship is Randy Orton, because I think we are going to see the return of the Fiend. You saw the advert at the very, very start of this video. That is the advert playing on YouTube, on the WWE network. That's what WWE are pushing. Pop Goes the Weasel, breaking news, is not the official theme song for this year's Elimination Chamber. However, we did hear it during Alexa Bliss's segment on Monday Night Raw. You got to indicate something here is going to happen. If it's not the return of the Fiend, I think it could be Alexa Bliss showing up and hinting that he's coming back. I would like to see Life is a Circle. Obviously, Bray Wyatt won the championship in the Elimination Chamber 2017. So, obviously, if Randy Orton won it all these years later, that would be an interesting angle. But more importantly, after Bray won the match, Orton appeared on the stage with a commentary team saying, is it going to be Orton versus Bray at WrestleMania? Life is a Circle, we could role reverse that this year, and that way we have the Fiend appear and the commentary team say, are we going to get Randy Orton versus the Fiend at WrestleMania? And obviously, Life is a Circle. Randy Orton took the title from Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania. The Fiend could take the title from Randy Orton at WrestleMania. I think storyline-wise, that's the best way for WWE to go. And I know critics will say, this feud does not need the championship. I would say the championship needs this feud. Is this your WrestleMania main event? I don't think so. Unfortunately, I don't. I think it's a big match. I think it's a match for WrestleMania, but not for the championship, for sure. Now, I do think other matches will be added to the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, whether it's on the kickoff or whatever, I don't know. But I think maybe a women's tag title match, Nia and Shayna maybe versus Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks. We kind of saw a setup for this on SmackDown last week, and I wonder if it's going to play out again this week. Obviously, that's Friday. Too late for a predictions video for me. So, obviously, we're going to guess it's going to happen now. It could be that Naomi and Lana are added to this and it's a triple threat match. That would be kind of interesting. The other match I think could happen is Big E defends the Intercontinental Championship against Apollo Crews. Of course, we've seen this feud now building and building on SmackDown. Would make sense to play it out at pay-per-view. Again, I'm surprised they haven't been doing this. It's the IC title. It's Big E. Fans love him. Put him on the pay-per-view. And right now, Apollo's got an air of mystery about him where he's sort of, is he with Roman Reigns? What's going on there? And this new heel-like character he's portraying. So it's interesting and something definitely should be playing out on pay-per-view. But there you go. They are the matches and my predictions for this year's Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. I am super, super hyped for this. Not only the return of the Fiend, as I mentioned before, the fact to get a unique match stipulation, it's always fun. Of course, you're always wondering what WWE is going to do. This is the first and hopefully only ever Elimination Chamber pay-per-view without fans as well, so they can go a little bit wacky maybe. But let me know your thoughts and your predictions in the comment section down below. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Follow me as well on Twitter at CWrestlingUK. And I'll see you as always next time. Peace!